Hey there. In the previous video, we spoke about defining a set using word description. In this video, we are going to be looking at roster form, which is also known as listing. Now, with that said, let's take a look at the first example. So, here we are asked to list the elements of set A. And then we have a description there to say A is the set of the first 5 odd counting numbers. Now, when you have a description, take note of specific keywords within the description, okay? For example, this one, A is the set of the first 5, okay? Then you have odd and counting numbers, okay? So that now when you go list, you make sure you satisfy these keywords. So let's start listing these elements of set A. So we say set A is the set of. Now ask yourself, what are counting numbers? Now, from the topic of numbers in operation, counting numbers are basically just natural numbers with a 0, okay? Or in other words, whole numbers. So if I'm to write them down, they will look something like this. Now again, in the description, we are told that in these counting numbers, it should be odd numbers. Which ones are odd numbers? Let's just color them. So we have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and so forth. Now, which one is the first 5? So the first 5 is 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So that's what we write. And just like that, we have just listed set A. Okay? Now, don't forget to go check out the quizzes on our website, which is at run.com.na. All right? Just register a profile if you haven't already, and then try out the quizzes under set language and notation. So for this one, it will be quiz 3, which will be up at the end of recording this video. Let's take a look at example number 2. So here we are asked to list the elements of set B. The description says B is the set of all even natural numbers less than 101. All right, now let's just underline the keywords in this description. So we have even, natural numbers, and less than 101. So when we start listing, we say B is the set of what elements? So let's see. In the description there, we have natural numbers, right? So let's write down the natural numbers. And then you ask yourself, in these natural numbers, which ones are even numbers? So let's just highlight them like that. And then the even numbers is the 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so forth, right? So now you ask yourself, which ones are less than 101? Now, of course, if we had to write that whole list, it will finish the screen, right? So this is where you write 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, or even until 12, and then you put what is called an ellipsis. Remember, we mentioned this before, the 3 dots, just to show that it continues in the same manner. And then from there, basically, you can add 98 and then 100. Because remember, it says even natural numbers less than 101. So from 101, going down, which one is the next even number? It is 100, isn't it? So therefore, our elements stop at 100. So initially, you can even put, after the 3 dots, you can even put 100, but I just put the 98 to show that, the sequence moved in the same manner, again from 98 to 100, Now, with that said, let's take a look at example number 3. So here we are asked to list the elements of set C. Let's take a look at the description. C is the set of months of the year whose names begin with a vowel. Okay? Now let's just underline the keywords there. We have months of the year, names that begin with a vowel. Alright. So when it comes to listing, we say C is the set of which elements? First of all, let's take a look at what is a vowel. Our vowel in the English language is basically the A, E, I, O, U. Or in other words, A, E, O, U. Okay? Now, what are the months of the year? I've just written them down there. Now you ask yourself, looking at the vowels and the months of the year, is there any month that starts with an A? Yes, there is April, and then there is August. Is there any month that starts with an E? No, there is none. Is there any month that starts with an I? No, there is nothing. Is there any month that starts with an O? Yes, there is October. Is there any month that starts with a U? No, there is nothing. So, this means these 3 are your elements. Okay? And just like that, you have just listed the elements of set C. Let's move on to example number 4. List the elements of set D. So the description says D is the set of 1-digit natural numbers which are perfect squares. So let's just underline the keywords here. We have 1-digit natural numbers and perfect squares. So when it comes to listing, we say D is the set of which elements? First of all, let's list down the perfect squares, right? And then we ask ourselves, from this list of perfect squares, which ones are 1-digit natural numbers? Let's just highlight them. That will be 1, 4, and 9. Okay? Because from 16 to 81, those are 2 digits. And then from 100 again to 144 there, we can see that those are 3 digits. So the 1 digit is only 1, 4, 9. So that means those are our elements. And just like that, you have just listed the elements of set D. Okay? Now, thank you very much for watching this video. I do enjoy making these videos. If you do equally enjoy watching them, please do support the channel by giving us a huge thumbs up and subscribing. And of course, don't forget to share with a friend that you believe might need this as well. With that said, cheers.